You're live.
Hello, we live. I love it.
Uh,
Hello, Malcolm. How are you doing today?
Hi, David. I'm really great. Just come back from a really good meeting. Been out on my bike this morning, loving the sun. How are you?
I'm great. Um, can you just introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah, of course. Hi, everyone. My name's Malcolm Watson. I'm David's business partner, or one of his business partners. Um, I was in education for quite some time, and then I went into the corporate world and worked for two or three big corporates. And then in 2000, I set up my own company. And basically, I do training, leadership, mentoring, coaching, helping people and businesses be more successful. I came across David about 10 years ago, I guess now. We met at the gym. And we've been through some highs and lows, which we'll most I tell you about and we'll touch on today. And we're still talking, we're still friends, and we are getting there all the way, every day, better and better.
Well, yeah, I mean, myself and Malcolm, I mean, we're loving these Google Hangouts. This is our second one that we're doing, and it's what a great way to share a topic. Our topic today is going to be how persistence pays off, and we're just going to have a bit of fun, and hopefully you guys will get some golden tips. And I mean, we learn every day. Myself and Malcolm, we stay humble and teachable, and yeah, and hopefully you guys will get some benefit out of this hangout. So I just said to Malcolm, this is not scripted. We're just going to have a bit of fun. I said, Malcolm, choose 5 keywords, and I said, what topic do you want to chat about? And he hit it on the head. He said, how persistence pays off. So Malcolm's 5 keywords are effort, risk, resolve, learn, and teach. And then I got 5 keywords as well, which is mindset, mentors, vision, success, and failures. So it just shows you we both had to choose 5 keywords, and not one of us chose the same keyword. So it just shows you how the brain works. So Malcolm, I'm going to ask you about maybe you could just touch on the subject a little bit, how persistence pays off, and then give us maybe a bit of a reason why you chose the first one, effort, for how persistence pays off.
Okay, David, thank you. Knowing me, I'll wander all over the place, but I'll start off by saying a little bit. Um, I, Persistence is so important. When I was at school, I was not clever. I'm not clever now. I didn't work particularly hard. I just enjoyed myself. I loved sport and being around. And people at school said, Malcolm, you'll never get anywhere. You've got to change your attitude and so on. I didn't listen. I knew best. When you're young, you know best. You do what you think's right. My father told me, everybody told me, but it was only when I got to my first lot of exams and I failed them all that I realized that maybe they were right. And then I was put in a group for slow learners. And that really shook me because I thought, I don't want to be here. I want to do something about it. And that, I guess, was my first time with persistence, because I was with that group for 3 months. I couldn't take the exams again for 3 months. And in 3 months, I passed the exams and I got out of that group. And then I started to actually be interested in things and want to do something. So I persistently started to work and to read and to learn. And I've continued that all my life, really. So why I chose effort was that I think it's the key to success, because nothing comes easily. If you're told, I can make you a millionaire tomorrow, just walk away, because it doesn't work. If they say I can make you a millionaire by the end of the week, walk away, it doesn't work. But if they say, if you work hard, if you follow what I tell you, if you duplicate the system that works, over time you will start to make money. listen to that person, because it does take effort. Nothing worth having comes quickly. It takes effort. And you need to work hard. You will have some setbacks. You will have some failures. But if you keep consistently, persistently working and make an effort, you will start to see success. David, I'll just pause there a sec. Do you want me to carry on and do mine, or do you want to butt in something yourself?
Yeah, we'll do one of yours, and then you can do one of mine, and then we'll do it like that, back and forth.
Right, all right. So that's why effort is really important. I'm not saying I am a 100% person who makes an effort all the time, but when I have a goal, I go for it, and I just work at what I want to succeed. And I've found, for me, that is the key to success, being persistently making an effort. Okay, David?
I love it. I love it.
All right. So in all these, in your 5 words and my 5 words, there's some synergy, there's some coming together. So you tell us about mindset, because that's so important.
Well, you know, mindset for me in any business really, because I mean the famous saying with Henry Ford, the founder of the Ford Motor Car. I mean, he said that if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. And I mean that is so true. And how do you develop mindset? You develop mindset by not hanging around with whiners and moaners. You want to hang around with people that empower you, that make you feel good. You want to read books that empower you. And there's a book at the moment that I'm reading which is called Think and Grow Rich, and I've actually read it about 20 times. But every time I read it, I've also got the audio that I do, and it's just amazing what you learn and what you pick up, and it just increases your vibration. And when you're happy, it's quite weird how this works. When you are happy, you actually attract other happy people, you know, and that is so powerful, because when you're not feeling great, or when you're moaning and complaining, then who do you attract? You attract more moaners and complainers. So mindset and reading the right books is very, very important. So I believe it's 90% mindset and 10% execution. Good, Malcolm. I'm gonna go for your next one. Your next one is risk.
Yeah. Now, I have a philosophy in life that everyone who's successful that I've come across is a risk taker, and those people who stay in their comfort zone the rest of their life. One small story. When I first started teaching, I taught at a very nice school, and it was a comfortable school. And I was the first person appointed there for quite a while. And after 2 years, I left because I wanted to do something else. And I went back to that school a few years later, and everybody was still there. And they said to me, "Why would you want to leave a place like this?" And I said, "Well, because I want to better myself. I want to get further on. I just don't want a comfortable life." And a friend of ours, our mentor, Albie, says, "Risk is the currency of the successful." And it's a brilliant quote. You do not get anywhere if you don't take a risk. And sometimes with risks, you will fail. But from every failure, you will learn. You look at Philip Green, Richard Branson, Lawrence, our mentor, Albie, our mentor. These people all took risks, and they are successful. David has taken lots of risks in his life, and he is successful. I've taken lots of risks in my life, and the only way that you can progress is to get outside your comfort zone and do something. There's a saying that, you know, if you cross the road, you can get knocked over, but you can also get to the other side and find out what's there. If you stay in your house and never move outside, hey, the house could fall down. Something could still happen to you. So if you want to be successful, you need to take risks. And what I'm saying is, don't take dangerous risks. Just take calculated risks. I always ask myself the question, what is the worst thing that can happen? And when I answer that question, I know what I'm facing. And then it's not such a big risk. If the worst thing can happen is I lose £10, I lose $20, I get embarrassed, I lose someone who wasn't really helpful to me, I can cope with that. But the benefits may be that I make $20, that I make a friend, that I get somewhere else and I'm successful. So remember that risk is the currency of the successful.
I'll just touch on that as well, because Jim Carrey said something which was quite good. The actor for the Mask.
Yeah.
He said his dad took no risks in his life, and he had a day job, and then they retrenched him. So
yeah.
he should have maybe taken some risks.
Yeah.
You know, so it just shows you.
Yeah.
Okay, Malcolm, you next one for me.
Okay, so you're going to talk now about I've touched on them, but mentors that.
Yes. Okay. Now I've been running around the internet trying to make success online, home-based business for about 10 years, and the most reason was probably why I failed was because I didn't have a mentor that I spoke to on a regular basis. So luckily I've got two. I've got one in South Africa and I've got one in Australia. And it just shows you the power of the internet, because I'm based in the UK. And I speak to these mentors often. I just phone them up and I say, I need help. I'm stuck. What advice can you give me? You know, and I stay humble and teachable. And they tell me, David, you should try this. Maybe you should stop doing that. And give me constructive criticism, because there's a lot of power in constructive criticism, because, you know, if you're doing something wrong for a long period, I mean, you could save so much time if a mentor could just point that out to you and say, David, maybe if you just didn't do that anymore and just try to do this, you'd have a total different outcome. So mentors is key. You need to find a mentor who you can work with and trust, and that will help you on your path to success.
And just to add to that, David's my mentor, and he's all those things that he's just described. I remember when I did my first capture page, David helped me, and then I said, I need to do another one. Can you help? And he said, no, you've done one. You can do it now. And it's quite right. Of course I could do it. And again, it's just stepping out of that comfort zone and having a go. Like we're doing with these Hangouts. These are new experiences for us, and we're loving it. So hopefully you guys are enjoying something and learning from it.
I mean, that's quite powerful, Malcolm. I mean, most probably like 4 months ago, if I told you make a lead capture page, you'd say, what? What are you talking about? A lead capture. Now I bet you could easily do one now. Like.
Nothing.
Just shows you, man. Wow. Okay. I've got another keyword here. This is quite a great way of actually creating a discussion. You know, you can just create a discussion out of thin air, just like that, by creating a couple of keywords to talk about, and it just works. It just works. Resolve.
Resolve.
Yeah, that's your.
We're not talking about the anti-acid stomach treatment here. We're talking about stickability, staying at something. I talked about effort before, and effort is just making the effort to do something. Resolve is sticking at it, is saying, I'm not going to give up. I know I will come across difficult people. I know I'll come across difficult situations, but nothing is going to stop me. I am going to be successful. And the business that David and I are in now, everybody keeps saying that to you. Just stick at it. Just do it. It works. It works. And you've just got to set yourself a goal and say, a year from now, I'm going to be here, and I'm going to be successful, and I'm going to be making money, or whatever. But just make a goal and make yourself resolve to actually get there. I think David does the same as me, but I have affirmations which I say. I write down what my goals are. I have a routine which I do. I don't know if you can see that, but that's my daily, weekly routine that I write down. I have it in front of me. And the first thing every morning is I do that because I am resolved to be successful. And I know I will get there. So if you have resolve, you will get there. Just stick at it. You will be successful.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, sometimes you do hit a brick wall. And what happens when you start doing that? Then you go ask your mentor. You know,
Yeah.
you say, I'm stuck. I've hit a brick wall. What do I need to do? What? And then you just change your plan.
Yeah.
You know, if one plan doesn't work, change it and create a new plan. And eventually you'll get a plan that will work. I mean, it was like the V6 engine for Henry Ford. His engineers said it was impossible to create, and every time they came back to Henry Ford and says, this is impossible, Henry Ford says, go and just do it. Go and just do it. And eventually, they made it.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, David, so your turn. Something that we both believe in, and again, I just gave you a good lead in there. Vision.
Vision. Well, this is such a powerful keyword, vision, because you know, if you close your eyes, if you can close your eyes and imagine in yourself, what does success mean to you? What does it mean? Because success to Malcolm and success to me and success to somebody else can mean very, very different things. So what you should do is you should actually get a pen and piece of paper and write down what does success mean to you, and what does you look like when you're successful. Now that's powerful. I'll say that again. What do you look like when you're successful? So you'll have yourself now, and then you'll have yourself, your future self, the successful self. And if you can write that down, read it in the morning, read it at night, close your eyes, and step into that new vision of your new self. That is very powerful stuff. And just remember, success can mean many different things. So you write that down and you create your own success statement.
Yeah, absolutely. David, I always take the thing, when you see an athlete being interviewed, they often say, I've dreamed about this all my life. And they envision, I mean, sports scientists, they say, just see yourself being successful. There was a brilliant video, if you ever watch it, of when Linford Christie won the 100 meters in Moscow. And it just shows him, they just focus on him, and his eyes are just looking into the distance, and they never flicker. And that's what vision is about. Don't have any doubts, just see it and do it.
Yeah, no, it's very powerful.
Yeah.
Because what they say about is your personality or your dominating thoughts is what will drive you to action.
That's right.
So if you can get your thoughts on your vision of your new you and keep that dominated thought in your mind, it will spur you to action.
Yes.
Okay. I got a keyword for you, Malcolm. I've got a keyword which is learn.
Yes, love it. Part of my weekly, daily routine is to do some personal development every day. Jim Rohn said, if you develop yourself, you're developing yourself for other people. And that is so, so true. You need to learn from people. I learned from David, I learned from Albie, from Lawrence, and lots of others. I also learned from people who have not been successful by saying, I'm not going to be like that. You have two choices when you learn. You can look at people and copy what they do and be successful. And you can look at other people and say, I don't want to be like that. I don't want to copy that behavior. So it's really important. David and I we've been to America, we've been and met people, really successful people, but they all have the same message, the word we're talking about today, persistence. You look at Jim Rohn, who you can never listen to him too much, he's brilliant. Danny Johnson is another person I listen to a lot. Tony Robbins, and lots of people who will just go, but you learn and you become better. The other key thing is don't forget that you learn from your mistakes. You learn from your failures. Because if you make a mistake, you learn from it. If you make that same mistake again, that's a choice. So it's not a mistake. You've chosen to do that because you know it's a mistake. So make sure, as David said, surround yourself with positive people. Learn every day, because we're never too old to learn. We can learn something new from somebody every single day. Every time I talk to David, I learn something. Every single time. And that's what's so important. We listen to other people's hangouts. We listen to other people in our team. No one has sole rights on good ideas. Everybody has good ideas. So learn from everybody.
Hey, Malcolm, wow. There's some powerful stuff in there.
Yeah, isn't it? Yeah, that's right. It's absolutely right. And that leads on to your next word, which is success.
Success. Well, I mean, success, everybody wants, what do they want? They want love, they want to be loved, and they want to have success. So you know what? Everybody wants the same thing. It's quite amazing. So, as I most probably mentioned about a vision, you need to create your own vision of your own success, and write it down, and that will help you to step into that new vision of yourself. So that's what one exercise that I'm going to give you for today is to think in a quiet place, close your eyes, and envision the successful you, and write it down. And then read that in the morning and at night before you go to bed. And I tell you now, that's going to inspire you to action.
Absolutely. Believe it.
Believe it. Okay, Malcolm. Wow. I mean, this is the last keyword, and the last keyword is teach.
Yeah. Well, having learned things, don't hang on to that yourself. I've always been taught that it's really important to share your knowledge with people. There was a phase that's in the corporate world years ago, and so on, knowledge is power. And people used to keep all the knowledge to themselves because they were frightened of losing power. Well, in our business, we want everyone to be successful. We're in this business to help other people become successful. So when you come across a good idea, pass it on. Just say, hey, I've read this article. I've seen this. Have you looked at this YouTube video? Have you spoken to so-and-so? Pass on the ideas. And the other part of it is teaching the system. Make sure that you follow the system that your business sets out. Learn from your mentor, your upline. Look at successful people. They have become successful by following a system. So don't change it. Don't reinvent something that's already successful. Don't tweak it if it's already working. The old saying, if it's broken, if it's not broken, don't fix it. And that's what you need to do, is follow a simple system and pass it on. And people that you pass it on to will say, hey, I can do this. And they'll pass it on. Whereas if a system is complicated, or if a system is too difficult, people say, it's all right for you, but I can't do that. So keep it simple. KISS. Keep it simple, stupid.
What's that one phrase from Jim Rohn? I think he said, is it learn, study, teach?
Yeah, learn, study, and teach.
Teach, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because when you teach, you actually learn more.
Yes, you do. You do. Absolutely. And the other part of the corollary of this is we've talked about setbacks and so on, but the last bit we're going to talk about is failures. Because, well, you tell us, David.
Failures. I mean, my mentor says to me, I mean, I'll give you my story of my mentor, Lawrence. Okay, I mean it's quite amazing. His dad died, I think, when he was 8, and then his mom died just before he was going to get married. So imagine that. Okay, he had no money. He left school. I mean, in South Africa, I think he just did his O levels, and he had no education and nothing. And all he did was he found a mentor on the internet and he learned some skills on how to market online. And now he's a millionaire. Okay, somebody with no schooling. Then my friend Albie Costa, he was trading forex on the stock market, and I think his whole portfolio in one day disappeared. So imagine that. Oh my gosh! And sometimes we think we got problems. So failures. Any entrepreneur, anybody, they say that your success actually lies just one step beyond failure. Remember that one. Yeah. Your success lies just one step beyond failure.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
Malcolm, what a pleasure. These hangouts are getting better and better, and we're going to do them every week. They're just great, and it's a pleasure to work with you, my friend. And I'm going to leave it over to you to sign out and call it a wrap.
Thank you, David, and thank you for those kind words. It's just been such a blast since you and I got together and started to work on this. We just have fun, and we spread the good news, which is just so important. And as you say, what we want to do is make people successful. Helping other people is what the business is all about, and we're just here to do that. And hopefully for you guys this has helped. I've learned some stuff today, and I hope you have as well. So we'll see you on the next one. To your success. Ciao.
Ciao. To your success and abundance. Bye bye.